Dharmendra Pradhan's resignation was a decision that seemed almost impossible just 24 hours earlier. Until Friday, the India government's position was clear. The education minister would not resign under any circumstances. The government believed accepting the demand would mean surrendering to the protests and handing the opposition a political victory. In fact, as late as Friday evening, Pradhan was still preparing to answer questions related to his ministry in Parliament. So, what changed? According to political analysts, there was no single reason. Instead, multiple pressures came together and eventually forced the Modi government to change its position. At the center of the crisis was the movement led by Cockroach Janata Party (CJP). The group had three key demands: the resignation of the education minister, compensation for families of students who died following the exam paper leak controversy, and a guarantee that no legal action would be taken against protesters. While the government showed flexibility on the second and the third demands, it remained firm against the resignation demand. Even during Friday's meeting, government representatives made it clear that the minister would not step down. But the CJP also refused to compromise, insisting that no solution was possible without the resignation. The group gave the government a 72-hour deadline, warning that failure to act would lead to larger nationwide protests. Meanwhile, the government took several steps to contain the crisis. The education secretary was replaced, 47 NTA officials were dismissed, new measures to prevent exam leaks were announced, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed young people through video messages. But these steps failed to slow the protests. Instead, the movement continued to spread. Another factor was the upcoming monsoon session of Parliament. Analysts believe that if the protests had intensified further, the government's legislative agenda could have been disrupted. An internal assessment reportedly highlighted three key concerns. The protests were not losing momentum, administrative measures had failed to change public sentiment, and a prolonged crisis could create greater political damage. By then, the movement had become focused on one central demand: Dharmendra Pradhan's resignation. On Saturday morning, the CJP made it clear that there was no point in further talks unless the minister stepped down. Soon after, the situation changed dramatically. Dharmendra Pradhan submitted his resignation to the Prime Minister, and within hours, the government announced his replacement. However, the movement did not end there. The CJP is now demanding compensation for affected families, withdrawal of cases against protesters, and implementation of promised reforms in India's examination system. Ultimately, Dharmendra Pradhan's resignation was not a pre-planned decision. The expansion of the protests, the CJP's uncompromising stance, public pressure, and the political calculations surrounding Parliament together created a situation where a decision that seemed impossible on Friday became a reality on Saturday.